I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I am Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato. The man from Fiji. What's happening?
Oh, man. That's just out here enjoying all this Japanese culture.
Yeah, you had quite the cuisine the other day. Um,
Oh yeah.
was that like your jam? Is that your favorite part of Japan? Is all the food or what?
Yeah, because I think I said something about it last week. Like I'd never had curry in my entire life
Right.
until I got out here. Um, sushi's kind of been underwhelming, right?
Really?
Because I think the American like version of sushi is like the rolls,
Yeah.
and they don't really do rolls here.
Oh.
Like you can get them, but like that's not their thing. Theirs is like it's nigiri is really big here.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like like a bed of rice with like a piece of whatever over the top of it.
Right.
Um and I really love like sushi rolls. Like I just think there's like so much flavor packed in them.
Yeah, I like rolls too. That's my jam. But I've never had the rollless sushi. Like
Yeah.
I guess
I
it
mean it's
makes
not it's
sense,
not been
but
bad.
that they would have other things other than just rolls. But
Yeah.
especially when you're like used to something, like this probably catches you off guard a little bit. But
Yeah. And then last night when I was sending you those snaps, that was I guess it's Korean barbecue. I guess
yeah,
that's what it's called, referred to as. But it was really dope, man. Like, so for 4,400 yen, which is like $28, $29, like not a lot,
yeah,
but you eat and drink as much as you want for 2 hours. Like, so you just keep ordering food, they just keep bringing it out, you just keep cooking it, and then like the alcohol was self-serve. It was crazy.
yeah,
It was like I've never seen a better deal. Like that's for 2 hours of like eating as much as I possibly can.
yeah. That's pretty sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
um, I only saw you send a snap of it one time, but like
Yeah.
the rotating buffet thing where it's just
Yeah,
like on
yeah,
conveyors. How's that? Is it tricky or no?
yeah. So that was I think I sent you that. That was from when that was when we went and had sushi. So you order on a tablet, right? And you just say what you want, and then like the conveyor belt just like as your stuff gets close, it dings, and you
Oh,
just kind of like pull it off. And it's not fast. It's like
yeah, it's real
I don't
slow.
know, half a quarter of a mile an hour. Like it's very slow. Like, I don't
That's very
know.
specific.
I don't know. Like it's super. Like it's just very barely moving. So when
Yeah,
the like bell on your table dings, you just grab the food off and like eat.
yeah,
But no, yeah. The guy that I was with when we went to eat, he was like, "Oh, it's gonna stop. When it's our food, it's gonna stop," and it never did. It's like I'm. He's like, "Just grab it, hurry!"
how
But
many
it like never
times
was.
do they let it
Go
go
ahead.
around before they're like, fuck it, this guy's not eating?
I don't know. Like we never didn't pull anything off. Maybe sometimes we pulled off stuff that wasn't ours because we thought it was ours, but we never like that. If the bell dinged, we yanked. We were like, "Yo, it's ours for sure."
Yeah, that's fair. All the fucking like local people there, they're just like these dumb bitches. Like, you guys can't fucking figure your shit out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
So like last night we were like we tried to front load. We were like, yo, let's just order a bunch of stuff up front, and then like if we get hungry after, we'll just order some more. So we ordered way too much. The
yeah.
table is not big enough for three full grown like Americans like with a
Oh
nap. You know
no.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're like, yo, and they just keep bringing it out too. They're like, yo, yeah, it's your fault you ordered this.
yeah.
Find a place on the table. Like,
That's hilarious.
it's been a lot of fun though, man. Like it's cool like the different kind of sodas, the vending machines that they have here. You can like get hot drinks or cold drinks.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Comes in clutch.
interesting.
Coca-Cola has a coffee here. It's called Georgia Coffee. Um, they're pretty good, but
Yeah.
they're everywhere. It's like the first time I seen it, I was like, "Yo, why is this so racist?" It's a it's a picture of like a fucking pre-Civil War house and
Uh-oh.
three white people in like pre-Civil War clothing, like standing in a field.
Oh. Oh boy. Good old plantation.
Yeah, dude. I was like, no way. I mean, the coffee is super good, but apparently it's only sold in Japan.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's hilarious that they have all that like pre-Civil War imagery on it too. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we just like it here. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
It's not offensive to anyone in this country, you know?
Yeah. I have heard that some of the Asian countries can get pretty dicey with their race relations. I used to work with a guy who was stationed in Korea with the army, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, they didn't like anybody that wasn't Korean. Like, didn't matter. And like even worse with like other Asian communities, but like it's just kind of funny to think about because I don't know. As Americans, I feel like we we think that we have like the chokehold on racism, right? So, but it's obviously not the case. Um, so it's
Yeah.
just interesting to think about that. Like, oh well, fuck it, whatever, dude. It's a plantation house. Get over it. It's called Georgia. You figure it out, dude.
Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't realize that was so big a deal either, but I work with a guy now who's from the Philippines, like originally, like his family is, and he
Yeah,
was like, yeah, he's like Asians, he's like all Asians hate each other. And I was
yeah,
like, I don't that doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah. Well, racism in general just doesn't make any sense to me. But you know, there's you got to think that those communities have fought for like ever. You know, like
Right? Yeah.
it's the fucking that's why the French hate everybody. They're busy fighting people for 1,000 and 1,500 years.
Yeah, but
That's
the French
weird
suck,
though.
you know.
Well, now they didn't. The unclassified First World War was just trying to stop Napoleon from fucking everybody up. And they're like, we're gonna make sure that you guys can't ever defend yourself ever again because
That's exactly what happened.
this is too much. And now
Yeah.
everybody's just like, French, these dumb bitches can't even like protect themselves. They need everybody's help.
Fucking
Meanwhile, they were like just a dominant force for so long that people were like, let's get everybody involved because this is out of hand.
yeah.
No, man.
It's similar to what's going on with Tom Brady right now.
Similar, except for Tom Brady sucks ass right now. So,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
mm,
he used to be amazing. Now he sucks.
yeah, I think there's a little more going on to his poor playing than his divorce. I saw
Yeah.
a audio, or it wasn't audio, it was a video clip of him talking to a different some wide receiver. I don't know who it was. Might have been Godwin,
Okay.
and he was saying he like Tom Brady said, I just can't get the ball down there like that anymore. And I'm like, bro, maybe just stop. Stop trying. I don't know. Like just go home.
It sucks
Go
because
to
you
your
see it
empty
every
house,
time.
Tom.
Well, you see it every time, man. Like you see these like great, I mean, any sport, these
Yeah.
great athletes, like, and they just can't stop. They're like, I refuse to give up. I am the best. I can't stop.
Yeah.
And like, is hate you can hate Tom Brady all you want, dude, but like the stats don't lie. He's
Yeah.
definitely one of the best quarterbacks to ever fucking play the game.
Yeah.
And like, it's sad to see him just like he looks frail. You
Yeah.
know,
He
he's
doesn't
got
look
shit going
healthy
on.
at all. Yeah.
No, yeah. If he had retired last year, like at the end of last year, like it wasn't a great year, but it wasn't a bad year.
Yeah, it would have been
Like
better
that was
than
it.
what's
He
going on
should have
now.
just, dude, yeah, because right now he's getting shit on, and like then he made that stupid ass comment about how being about playing fucking sports is like going on deployment, which
I mean,
and
yeah. Oh God, I forgot about that, and I'm glad you brought it up because how funny. Like The reaction, like people getting mad about it, and then I'm over here like, it kind of is the same, you know. Me and my bullshit ass Navy deployment, like, yeah, it's not the same as like dropping in Fallujah, you know, taking fucking, you know, heavy fire, but it's, you know, it's not like saying deployment's crazy difficult like it used to be, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you, you're sitting in a fucking hotel right now, piece of shit. You're
Oh,
basically
dude,
Tom Brady of podcasting, I would say.
dude, I tell you what, man. So me and my buddy that I work with right now, we've talked about it a lot, dude. Like, this should be illegal. This is not like the fact that I get paid
Oh, gotcha.
to stay over here. It shouldn't be right. Like, it's not right. Like, we were talking about it, and like people on the boat should be getting this money.
Yeah.
Like, you should be
Like the
getting per
per
diem
diem?
on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Like, because
Yeah.
like all the money they take from you when you go on the boat, they don't take it from us,
Yeah.
and you get per diem. Like, it doesn't make any sense how like it's extremely unfair.
That is super unfair. Fuck.
Um,
Those poor bastards.
yeah, that's what it's and I almost would rather go on the boat, like
Really?
because like so I can't drive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
can't really do much.
um so like I can only go as far as I want to walk off of base, right?
Right.
So it's almost at least because I was talking about yesterday. So the best thing about the thing about the boat is like it sucks and everyone knows it sucks, but the best place to be on the boat is your rack, right?
Yeah.
Because like that's the place, like it's your own spot. But here, like on this deployment, the best place to be would be to be out in town. But
Mm,
most of the time, I'm just here in this fucking room if I'm not at work.
right.
So it's worse because like I
Uh,
know there are things that I could do, but I can't do them. But
yeah.
but I have this freedom and all this money to do shit with, but I
Right.
can't.
Yeah. Like it's like a false like sense of like funness. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you totally it's great. Dude, it's great being in Japan, just hanging out, you know, you can go, you can check out stuff for sure, maybe, and we'll give you money even to have food. But don't go too far, and also don't go out too late, because that's
Uh-huh.
bad too. But
Yep.
make sure you check it out, make the most of your time here. Like, okay.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's too bad.
You can go out, but don't drink. And if you go out to drink, it has to be with somebody else that doesn't want to drink.
Yeah,
So you're never going out.
fair. I mean, it all checks out. It all makes sense to me. Um, yeah, fucking, that's unfortunate. I had a couple thoughts. Number one, you had
Okay.
mentioned, the former, great athletes that just play too long and like drift
Right.
into mediocrity. Uh, Shaquille O'Neal with the Celtics comes to
Yeah.
mind. Michael Jordan with the Magic also comes to mind. Anything Tiger Woods is doing right now. No, he's doing okay. He's just not doing great. But yeah, it's crazy, and and a little bit of Aaron Rodgers right now too, maybe. I got in this argument with this dude who thought that the hate for uh Kirk Cousins was unjustified and also like rampant, which is hilarious because like the only time I ever see anything about Kirk Cousins negative is when this dude's arguing against it. Like he's a goofy dude and they paid him maybe too much money and they didn't get the benefit of it right away, but the Vikings are doing all right now. But this guy he went on this rant about how everybody is so quick to give other quarterbacks the benefit of the doubt with like the defense not helping the team win. But with Kirk Cousins, it's all on him. And I'm like, I don't know how much you pay attention to any like anything because
Yeah.
literally the Broncos, everybody's just shitting on uh, Wilson right now,
Yeah, Russell Wilson, dude.
Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, and Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Like they're all just getting shit on.
Yeah,
Um, Dak gets tons of shit all the time,
he
and he
does.
also got paid way too much money. But you know, it's just like why are you trying to make this like a Kirk Cousins defense situation? But I don't
I
know.
feel like the big difference between those other quarterbacks and Kirk Cousins is that Kirk Cousins had one like one good half season.
Yeah. Oh,
Like that was it.
before he got paid all that money.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
had like he had like the late half of the season. He did well, and then everyone was like, "Oh, Kirk Cousins is whatever," and then they signed him and paid him, and then he went back to being his normal self.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Aaron Rodgers had many great seasons. Dak Prescott has had like maybe two. I don't know.
Well, he
I
can't
don't
stay
think he's
healthy,
a
but
good
yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Um, Russell Wilson was a great quarterback with Seattle. Like, there's a difference. These are
Yeah.
great quarterbacks that are getting shit on now because they're doing terrible.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins has always been a middle of the road quarterback, always.
Yeah.
He's he's never been great.
Yeah.
And I hope whoever that was, I hope you hear this fucking episode. That
Yeah.
guy has never been great.
The guy also just likes to just like shit on well, he likes to shit on a couple popular things, but notably like bands that a bunch of people like. He's like, also, I don't care what I say. This band fucking sucks. And it's like, do they? Because I feel like they might have like broken a record for album sales. Like, so do they suck or do you just not like them? Like one of those people that just can't make that justification. Like they can't actually say that they don't like them. They go, nope. Everybody that listens to them is a dog shit person because they're fucking awful. It's like, why do you hate the Bee Gees so much?
God damn.
um, So the other thing I was thinking of when you were talking about
Okay.
Japan was I got this article about Singapore. You remember Singapore? Very hardcore on their littering policies and a bunch of other things. Like they just take a lot of things very seriously in Singapore.
Okay.
And you know who Richard Branson is?
The name sounds familiar, but
So
I'm not seeing like a face.
he's a British mogul. He's the face of Virgin, like Virgin Mobile, Virgin Airlines. He's got white hair and he's old as fuck. He's like a
Okay.
big time playboy kind of guy. Like has all this money. Anyway, he
Yeah.
had made a comment, or like a blog post, and he was talking about Singapore and criticizing their uh use of the death penalty to deter drug trafficking in Singapore.
Yeah.
And um the Singapore Ministry of Home Affairs had invited him to do a live televised debate with their uh, law and home affairs minister because
Yeah.
I guess he made understatements about this Malaysian gentleman who was hanged for drug trafficking in April. And also made false assertions about
Yeah.
alleged racial bias and the treatment of Capitol defense lawyers. So, uh, it was just like I had already pulled this story, and then you were talking about not being able to go places, and the reason that military people can't go a lot of places in Japan is because some people get a little too crazy and ruin the fun for everybody.
Get murdered.
Yeah, and and I was like, oh, yeah, fucking have some drugs in Singapore and they'll fuck you up, dude. But these all also the same people that cane you if you have like littering in front of them. So yeah, it's their country. Let them if they want to fuck cane people and hang drug traffickers.
Well,
Let them.
in this new day and age, with social media and like everyone being like so woke and aware of all the issues, like it's and now and fucking on Twitter you have unlimited power apparently where you can just say whatever the fuck you want and
Yeah,
think you can impose like change. And that's what that is. He's like, oh, well, fucking this play. He's just virtue signaling. He's like,
Yeah,
yo,
100%.
and I feel like, and they definitely called his bluff. They're like, yo, okay, cool,
Come
come
talk us
paint
about
us,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. We'll have you on TV, dude. You'll be famous,
Yeah.
and then we'll cane you when no one's looking.
I think it would be a virtual debate if I was a betting man for his safety, but yeah. Definitely a virtue signaling type of thing.
Yeah.
Also in not a full story, but I saw
Okay.
a like a I don't know. There's an article that said that they're estimating that Elon Musk, should the Twitter thing go all the way through, is going to shit can 75% of the workforce for Twitter. And I was like, all right, let's this will be fun. Like I don't
75?
yeah, I don't know how inflated their employment or, yeah, how inflated they are with employees, but
That's such a high number, though. Like,
yeah,
really? What are those people gonna do for work, dude? That's a little crazy.
it is crazy. I don't like, and I don't know if there was a lot of like you know, bureaucratic type of positions where it's like, hey man, you're gonna supervise this guy who's supervising three other people, who's supervising five other people, like
Yeah, yeah,
like a bunch of like that kind of shit. Just
yeah.
streamline it, a little bit of streamline action. Um, Let me ask you something. How much
Yeah.
money would it take for you to go catch pythons in Florida?
There is no amount of money that I would agree to do that because I fucking don't like snakes.
Yeah, I don't either, but I
But like,
get. Oh, go ahead.
I guess with the right equipment, I don't know, dude. It's
Um,
such a weird thing. Go ahead though, tell me.
yeah. So I guess there's an annual contest trying to get pythons out of the Everglades because, as you know, the Everglades are home to abundant of invasive species, and there's a fuck ton of snakes in there. Um, which happens. Anyway, in this most recent annual contest, 230 pythons were taken from the Everglades. And the winner, Matthew Conception, won $10,000 top prize for removing 28 Burmese pythons. So, yeah. Another hunter,
Holy shit.
Dustin Crum, won a $1,500 prize for removing the longest python, which was 11 feet long.
Holy shit.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
That's insane,
You
dude.
couldn't pay me $1 million to touch 28 snakes, let alone wrangle them and pull them out of the fucking Everglades.
Yeah, not at all.
No. Man, I think it's hilarious how like places just adapt to like their shitty environment. And of course,
Yeah.
Florida would be the one that does something like this. Hey, we're gonna have contests so I can see how many snakes you can get. They're like, all right. It's a 10-day competition, so it wasn't just a one day. But people came from as far away as Canada and Latvia.
What?
Yeah, which is like a long ways. Latvia, if you don't know, is in the Eastern European area, next to Romania and other vampiric areas. So kind of cool. Um, Not gonna fucking do it. I respect what snakes are evolutionarily. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate how good they are at what they do, but they can fuck off. Like just
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
snakes and frogs, man. My two
Frogs,
two
really?
two bugaboos. Yeah. Um I don't think I ever told this story on here, but when I was little, like 3, we went to go catch tadpoles with my mom's trashy friends family. This lady had
Nice.
eight kids, and she's kind of a welfare queen. Anyway,
Winner.
so yeah, so we go to this shitty pond that was in my town and catch tadpoles. And there's a pond that they people swim at, but it's like a man-filled pond. It's not a naturally occurring one.
You're a man, Phil Pond.
A you wish. So on one side there's a sandy beach and for the swimmers and the tanners of the like, and on the other side of this pond it gets very muddy and murky, and that's where you get all the tadpoles.
All right.
That's the hot spot. So we're over there, and all 2.5 foot of me. I don't know how tall I was back then, but I was not tall.
That's probably accurate.
I
That's
was a
probably
very
accurate.
tiny child, and I get stuck in the mud, and I turn and look, and there's this fucking honker of a toad just fucking looking at me all menacingly, and then it starts like hopping towards me, and I'm just freaking out, screaming bloody murder, like for sure some kid's getting kidnapped or something. Like I am just losing it, and like trying to get my brother to come over and save me. And like at the time I didn't register that he had a name until I was about 10. So I just called him brother. So I'm just brother, brother, help me. And then I didn't get eaten by the thing, but lifelong fear of frogs instilled at that very moment. And also him and my dad would like find them in the yard and like just fucking chase me with them, and snakes too. And anyway, I do have anxiety. Thank you for asking.
I mean, I get the fear of snakes, dude. Like snakes are fucking wild.
Yeah,
But like the frog thing.
I just don't like them. I'm not like scared of them. If I see them and they're hopping towards me, I'll be like, get the fuck out of here, bro. But like, I'm not gonna run away. Like, if a snake fucking just like slithered across my floor, I would jump out of the window of the second floor apartment. Like,
Yeah.
but if a frog was
The
in
snake
here,
owns this house now.
I just like put a cup around him and kind of like motion him out the door. I just don't like them. But when I was little, scared the fuck out of me. And
Oh
there
my God,
may or
dude.
may not be a argument to be made that I was scared of grasshoppers at one point. My mom liked to point that out, but I think there was just one year that we just had a fuck ton of grasshoppers in the summer, and I was
Hmm.
just sick of them. I was like, get the fuck, like they're everywhere. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Felt like I was
No,
in the
grasshoppers are dicks.
yeah, yeah. And I
But
had to walk
uh,
across this field to get to my house. And so,
yeah.
like, I'm walking across this unused field that no machines go through or anything like that. And so they're just like, brrr, like jumping up as soon as I take a step. And I'm like, get the guy, damn pests. If they want to have a contest about who can catch the most grasshoppers, I feel like I could do it.
I don't think they're like a menace to society though, you know.
No, that's just me. So do you want to hear one of the most ironic titles I've seen in news in a while?
Really? What's going on?
Check this out. A, a city in Washington, Prosser, Washington,
Yeah.
takes down a Karen themed Halloween display after complaints. Like Karen, as in the "Can I speak to your manager" kind of Karen,
Yeah, yeah.
was taken down after a bunch of complaints, which I think is hilarious. The it's like a scarecrow basically, but it's got the head of that Momo fucking weird viral thing that was like from a few years ago, that creepy little sculpture.
Yeah.
And then it's wearing a shirt that says "Can I speak to your manager?" and has a cool hat, and and people are like, "Hey man, that's fucking rude." And so now they had to remove it. Yeah. So, I think that's hilarious. Just like the irony of them posting this, and like because they were having a Halloween contest, and they just got a fuck ton of complaints. Typical. I mean, that's,
Right.
I mean, what else did you think was gonna happen, right? Bitches, fucking bitches. I'm assuming you're not doing anything for Halloween.
No, because no, I won't. I won't be. I'll be moving around at that point still. So
Yeah. Hell yeah. Um, that's fair. Did you know that a French company basically paid ISIS to protect their cement company in Syria?
not what you're saying is not all of them are bad. Maybe.
No, French people? No, what I'm saying is that ISIS kind of had like their own little mafioso kind of thing going on, is what it seems like. There's a French company called uh, Lafarge, which I mean that's a gross sounding French name if I've ever heard
It
one.
does. It kind of sounds like the French word for fart, maybe.
Yeah. So they have a cement plant in Syria, and they were buying supplies from ISIS controlled suppliers, and then
Yeah.
also paid monthly donations to ISIS and another um, terrorist organization. And this company basically was like, it's just like taxes, which I don't think you're wrong, but also like I think it's a little more transparent with ISIS. Like you're paying them and they're gonna use that money to fuck a bunch of people up. And it's like that's where the money went right there.
Yeah.
With taxes, they're like, hey, we painted your road. Also, don't worry about that. We're bombing other people, but that might not have been your money. It might be somebody else's. So anyway, they paid them upwards of $10 million in from August 2013 through October 2014. So even as these terrorist organizations were kidnapping and killing Westerners, also I don't remember when the Charlie Hebdo thing happened, but I feel like it was around that time. I think it's kind of weird that a French company would be like, those guys who claimed the attack on this cartoonist in France and in fact killed him. Yeah, I guess we'll pay him.
Yeah.
So this company has to pay $777.8 million to resolve this criminal charge related to their payment of terrorist organizations.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of weird because like I don't know if you know, say you're a deli in New York in 1949, and the mafia's like, "Hey man, we're gonna protect you, so you gotta pay us money." Does the deli owner like have to pay if he's getting extorted? Because that's kind of like that's obviously a scaled down version of this, but like, you know what I mean? Why does this company have to pay for something that the fucking other people were doing? I don't really understand it. Unless they were like lying about it and we're like, you know what? Don't worry about where we're getting our concrete from. It's definitely not terrorists. I know that. So
They're probably lying. Yeah.
anyway, fucking French. I knew it was gonna come back around.
I like that callback,
Yeah,
He made sure to talk about it early to, bring it around.
bringing it back. So I saw the story and it made me think of your time in Virginia because that's in
Yeah.
Virginia and that's about it. Virginia mother has been charged with murder after her 4-year-old son dies from eating THC gummies. So not great.
Wait a
Also,
sec. I didn't.
what?
They're sure that it's from the THC gummies? Like, I didn't think you could. I mean, I guess because it's the baby, right? Like,
Yeah,
so, or a
4 year
toddler.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, a toddler.
Um.
Dude.
Yeah. So here's what had happened. The lady said that he had had half of one, and then he was found unresponsive, and then died 2 days later. But she had told the police detective that he had half of a CBD gummy. She called poison control and was assured that he'd be okay. And then the detective found an empty THC gummy jar in the house, and then the kid apparently the lady like tried to play it down as to how much the fucking kid had because there's a whole jar empty, right? And then the kid had extremely high levels of THC in his system. Um,
Damn, dude.
yeah, and so the autopsy found that the THC caused this child's death, right? So, um, I just and also like, didn't Virginia just like legalize it too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just started being legal, yeah.
Yeah,
So not a good look.
not good at all. I mean, if there's ever a argument for, tamper-proof seals on things, you put them on vitamins, maybe put them on the THC things, or if it was on there, maybe put the fucking lid on your shit, dude. I get getting stoned and then forgetting what you're doing, but also maybe don't get that stoned if you have a 4-year-old running around. Fuck.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that makes me think of a story. So I was having trouble sleeping, right? And so I went to this Walgreens and I bought a fucking bottle of gummy melatonin.
Oh, got it.
And as I'm checking out, the chick behind the counter goes, "Yeah, yeah, one time my my little boy got into the bottle and ate the whole bottle. And he just like slept for like
A year.
8 or 9 hours." And I was like, "Why would you tell
Jesus.
a random stranger you're a bad mom?"
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to just offer up. What? Yeah, this one
Like
time my kid was playing with a chainsaw. Anyway, he does have a hand, so that'll be 850. What the fuck,
like
dude?
I understand that accidents happen and like kids are the worst at just like somehow getting into shit that you don't
Yeah.
realize it's happening till it's too late, but you don't tell people.
Yeah.
You're just like, you all right, loss. You
Yeah.
just like mark it as a loss and just keep going.
Yeah. You keep it in reserve so next time maybe put it on a taller shelf or something.
Right? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't tell people that you suck.
It also makes me think of the scene in well, there's a couple, but in the Good Boys when they're trying to open the fucking vitamins,
Yeah.
like that, like they're just a mini montage of them trying to fucking open this tamper-proof seal. It's pretty great. Anyway,
It is great.
that's what I. Oh, should probably mention. I forgot about this and I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, okay. So there was a shooting at a arts high school, a performing arts high
Yeah.
school in St. Louis. Um, and there's 3 people dead and 6 others injured so far. And the shooter was a former student that had graduated, but they don't have any real information on why he did it or anything like that. I think the shooter got wounded, so
Yeah.
still alive. Um, but yeah, that just happened like earlier today. But I was like, well, fuck, I better mention that because if I don't, well, it's gonna be old news by next week.
Yeah, no, yeah. The way news is flying off the shelves, dude,
Yeah,
you gotta be quick.
yeah, gotta be quicker than that. Um, and that's what I got today. You know.
That's all I got too. All right, let's see. I got the one thing that I only ever have because I suck at this.
It's your words, not mine.
All right. Debuting at number one, Mixident by Stray Kids.
That sounds like a chewing gum.
It does.
I've
Or like a
never
really
even heard
terrible
of Stray
toothpaste.
Kids. What's Stray Kids? Does anybody know?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, drop a comment like it's hot.
Down from 1 to 2, Un Viernes Sin Ti by Bad Bunny.
Hell yeah, still hanging in there,
Up
huh?
from 6 to 3, Renaissance by Beyonce.
God
She just
damn.
won't go away.
Yeah, it jumped up pretty good.
Yeah, it did. It jumped pretty hard. Down from 3 to 4, Dangerous Double album, Morgan Wallen. That's insane, dude. Like never. It's just never going out of the top 10. Like it, I don't. I can honestly say that I have not listened to that album in a while now, and
Yeah.
it's crazy to me that it's still just like
I, I was
very
just
relevant. I read that it went what uh quadruple platinum for the fourth time now,
yeah. Jesus.
which is insane.
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
lot.
um, down from 4 to 5, the highlights by the weekend.
That one also
Down
won't go
from
away.
exactly. Here's another one. Down from 5 to 6, Harry's House by Harry Styles.
Shit.
Oh, debuting at number 7, only built for Infinity Links, Quavo and Takeoff.
Oh, all right.
All right, yeah. I don't know what's an Infinity Link.
I don't know. It sounds like something that Elon would be working on, though.
All right, all right. Down from 7 to 8, American Heartbreak by Zach Bryan.
Shit.
Debuting at number 9, Survivor's Remorse, A-Side by G Herbo.
I've never even heard of him.
Yeah, and then debuting at number 10, Charlie by Charlie Puth,
All right.
which I watched a video the other day of him of like how he makes a beat. He literally took a coffee cup
Yeah.
and and a spoon and like hit it and like recorded that noise and then changed that tone of that noise multiple times and then
Yeah.
made like a sick ass fucking beat.
Like fried it and like recycled it and turned it into like a loop and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Nice.
just changed the pitch. Like he just changed the pitch. There was like three different pitches of the same sound, and then he put a snare drum behind it, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Fuck snare drums. They tie everything together, dude.
Yeah, fucking snare drums, dude. I care what anyone says.
Oh man. Um yeah, so thank you for everybody for joining us. Forgot to mention them at the beginning, but our Patreon
Oh,
people, Adam
yeah, dude, I
Pacino,
got
Tony Burgess, Sam Norton, Natalie Tacarante, Kylie Ganglish, Master Media, is doing incredible work, keeping us in check. Daddy Warbucks, Mark and Mark Stadler, Colton Sammersla, and Jeremy Brazzers. Yeah.
we did totally forget about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Totally dropped the ball. So I blame
Dude, we
you.
were really rolling at first. No, we were really, it was such a good conversation at first. We
No,
were
it was
rolling
good.
right into it.
Yeah.
You know, they'll understand.
Yeah, they get it. Do you want to thank our friends and low
Our
places?
podcast friends. Oh, speaking of that, Dutch in Denver, which has been like kind of like on the like quiet for a while.
Yeah.
He just posted a new episode, so
All right. Check it out.
make sure you go check out Dutch in Denver. Check out Kicking It with the Kellys and the Remedy Room, and then of course No New Friends podcast.
Heck yeah.
All those links can be found on our link tree. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
Leave us comments on YouTube. You guys have been kind of slacking. Where'd you go?
Yeah.
You guys are watching it now, and then now you're not. Like,
Yeah.
there's there's more. There's plenty of you. Get on,
Yeah.
watch the shit. Leave a comment. It can't just be Kylie talking to herself.
Yeah. I mean, she has been getting bored and lonely lately. I only know that because my Snapchat, it just goes off a lot. But I mean, hey, we need conversations going in the comments, because also
Yeah.
share it with your friends. Tell them something you learned interesting from this podcast. Be like,
Yeah.
check it out. You're welcome.
What should we be talking about? What did we miss this week? What
Yeah.
story did you think we were going to cover and then we didn't? Like, come on.
What would you like our opinion on?
Help us help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
That's it, dude.
All right. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.